Space, the final frontier. These are the voyages of a new Trekkie. My 5-year mission to search out Star Trek media, to seek out our fans and merchandise, to boldly go where no fan has gone before.
Greetings and salutations, how's everybody doing? So, we're back to talk about episodes from the Star Trek fan series, New Voyages. What happened in this episode? Basically the Klingons are trying to, expand their territory, and basically, the crew is trying to stop them. However, one famous lieutenant has to fight off his own demons when an old disease starts to age him at an alarming pace. And I gotta say, what makes this episode honestly really great is both the fact that we have DC Fontana as the writer for this episode, and we have the acting talents of Walter Koenig as Pavel Chekov. And also, one little trivia before we get into starting to talk about thoughts and opinions when it comes to this episode is the fact that Mary Linda Ropoli, who appears as the ambassador, she also appeared in the original run of Star Trek. She was basically the girlfriend of Pavel Chekov. So I gotta say that's honestly pretty cool. And thinking back to it, the first two episodes, the previous episodes for this series were kind of, they had some good acting, but at the same time they had their goofy moments in a way. However, I gotta say what makes this episode work, not only in the fact that they have DC Fontana writing this episode, but at the same time as well as having an actor from the original run of the show.
That was exciting.
Sorry, I hadn't planned on any entertainment.
And honestly, I gotta say, I feel like this episode would make you really, if you didn't already love the original Star Trek series, this episode is gonna really want to make you love it. And mostly because of the fact that, in a way, I feel like it expands on, basically because I feel like it helps Chekov's character in the fact that with, not only do we have a good actor playing a young version of him,
But he set them in outer space.
On alien planets, of course.
Of course. I wanted to visit them all, so I became a navigator. Very simple.
Dmitri was such an inspiring man, wasn't he?
but we also have but then we also have Mr. Koenig basically return to look as the older version of the character. And I gotta say, the idea of, there's some great moments, especially in the parts where the two Chekovs are just talking to each other, like young and old, basically saying like I spent so many years of my life doing this, talking, or working my ways up to Starfleet and trying to be the best weapons expert.
Life. I'm 25 years old. I'm not just going to die. I didn't get to live.
We both had the same dreams.
Why are you here?
I suppose I want to know. If this is all there is, was it worth it?
That's one of those questions, isn't it?
And I gotta say, that's actually pretty great acting, honestly. It's almost like the idea of, like, talking to, like, a younger version of yourself is always something that's been, like, a thought in fiction, science fiction, or in general, like, what would you tell your younger self, and looking back, and all that. And I like that idea, especially when it comes to Trek. And I mean, it makes you wonder, like, say what you would like now that, like, when someone's older, like, if you could talk to your younger self, like, what would you tell yourself? Well, without, like, messing up, like, the space-time continuum or something like that. And I gotta say, I do like the idea of, like, all the other alien societies that are going on in this episode. Like, heck, even the Klingons are just saying, like, hey, we didn't attack you, so we're just gonna try and help you out and try to figure out who actually did this. And I gotta say, like, the final moment of this episode, before the credits, is honestly great. I won't really spoil, like, the twist ending, because I feel like that is a moment that is worth checking out for oneself. But honestly, I gotta say, this episode was honestly pretty great. It's entertaining. It's got great acting. Heck, I gotta say, like, it makes you really think, like, say, wow. Like, a fan series, in a way, jumped on the idea of having, like, let's have a character from the original series come back, reprise his role before CBS decided to do it for, like, whether it was their films or anything like that. But then again, I would still love to see Archer come back for Enterprise. I mean, Scott Bakula's not busy, isn't he? Please tell me he's not busy. I would love to see Scott Bakula come back for Star Trek, please.
You're going to disconnect this man from life support, even though he could live. Now, where is the logic in that?
Klang's culture finds honor in death. If they saw him like this, he'd be disgraced.
They're a warrior race. They dream of dying in battle. If you understood the complexities of interstellar diplomacy...
So that's your diplomatic solution, to do what they tell you? Pull the plug?
Heck, maybe even just, like, a mini-series for his character? But what do you guys think of this episode? Do you like it? Do you not like it? What are your thoughts? I'll see you later.